There is a mutual admiration society. Earlier this year, Bryant said guarding Durant is the toughest task lengthwise he has ever had. No guy he's ever had to go up against is tougher on him to guard because of Kevin's length.
Thanks very much. You notice Kobe Bryant comes out, he is all business, not a lot of hugging and glad handing, fist bumping. He has got the game face on, and I think when you look sometimes at the differences between guys like that and Deron Williams and the guys and the way that some other younger players greet their opponents, there is a world of difference, and it shows when the ball goes up.
It's your approach to the game, BD, and you talked about Kobe Bryant going out there. He's all business right from the word go, and that's what you have to be. If you want to have that killer instinct like he has, you can't come out and make friends. Michael Jordan was notorious for that when he would think, or opponents would think that he's smiling and it's going to be a nice and fun game. Well, he had that killer smile. He was smiling, but behind that smile, believe me, it was all about business.
How about Pau Gasol, who over the last 25 games, again in the absence of Andrew Bynum, has been averaging a double-double. Fisher with the dime. Kobe Bryant extending Thabo Sefolosha all the way outside. There's Ariza, who has, since he moved into the starting lineup, doubled his production across the board. One of the things that he likes to do is take the basketball away.
Well, I think they were thinking about having him come off the bench. That was before Bynum got hurt. But when Bynum got hurt, he had to get into the starting lineup. But he brings the fact that he doesn't need the ball to be successful. He'll play defense, he'll get out in the passing lanes, and he'll rebound the basketball. So he's one of the guys on the floor that they don't have to run an offensive set to have him have an impact on the game.
Odom curling into the lane, off balance, forced away from his sweet spot from Durant in transition. Westbrook looking for somebody else. That's the difference in Russell Westbrook's game. He's 10 of 29. 10 of 29 in the games that he has played against his hometown team, the Lakers. But recently, since that last meeting, February 24th, he's been given the ball up, driving and looking to distribute. There, a look at your Little Caesars Hot and Ready scouting report. Little Caesars, home of the Hot and Ready pizza.
And you saw right there Lamar Odom on the offensive glass, and that's what he's been really big at. This is a team, the Los Angeles Lakers, third in the NBA at offensive rebounding at 12 a game.
Sefolosha with a great look.
That was perfect execution by the down screen for the Thunder. Sefolosha uncontested right there at the free throw line. That's a shot that he can make.
Bryant off balance. Gasol to the rim.
And you can tell the Lakers really put a premium on going to the offensive glass. You saw Pau Gasol that time. You saw Lamar Odom on the one prior to that. They really put a premium on crashing the glass. They understand that there's going to be opportunities there with their length and athleticism. They don't have a whole lot of size, but their length and athleticism allow them to get in there and compete on the glass.
Krstić commits the foul. Michael Smith, one of the officials here tonight, along with Mark Wunderlich and David Jones, says that Nenad got Kobe on the arm. So keep an eye on that, because the Thunder, when they get their post players, Krstić and or Collison, into foul trouble, that becomes a huge advantage for the opponent on that night. Kobe Bryant shoots the free throw 86%. Put himself back into that game against Oklahoma City here a month ago on February 24th. Durant, a good look. A little bit short.
That's a very good shot, Jeff, on the steal there.
Green did that at Minnesota, triggering a good burst that allowed the Thunder to put some distance between itself. And look at Green working hard, getting inside Odom to score.
Jeff Green making an immediate impact on this game on the defensive side of the ball. Rebounding, comes up with the steal that leads to a basket.
He got poked in the eye at Minnesota. Odom for three, count that one. Lamar Odom takes his fair share of those and makes 30% of them, but Green poked in the eye. He turned down the opportunity to wear protective glasses when he came back into the game at the Target Center, and I said, what? No eyewear tonight? And he said, sign of weakness.
Well.
To which I solicit the opinion of the guy who, for most of his 14 years in the league, wore those goggles. Great movement as they are separating the Lakers defense, finding the gaps and getting the open man the good look.
Displayed great patience on that offensive possession. You don't mind Jeff Green getting that shot in the corner again. That's a shot that Jeff can make.
Good closeout by Westbrook on Fisher, but the cutter is Odom. Fisher, the veteran out of Arkansas Little Rock, has got great court vision, and he'll find a teammate in that situation. Los Angeles 5 of 7 shooting to start the game. Thunder 3 out of 6 retaining possession with 13 to shoot.
Lakers doing a pretty good job of moving the basketball and moving their bodies on the offensive end. You saw a couple of opportunities that they've had right at the front of the rim.
Lakers are going to extend the Thunder defensively. That is obviously part of Phil Jackson's game plan here. They're trying to push everybody way outside. Good closeout by Fisher as the shot clock runs down. Krstić did well to get it off.
Lakers are really putting pressure on the perimeter for the Thunder, closing out there on Krstić on that opportunity.
Sefolosha and Odom. Sefolosha may have tipped that right back into his own basket. Odom will get credit for it.
Well, right now the Thunder scrambling defensively, and that's leaving a lot of holes on the offensive glass, and that's why the Lakers are able to get in.
Más o menos por fuera.
In just a few minutes, Durant off balance makes it happen.
Got to get Kevin going on the offensive end. The Thunder are extending their defense now. You see Sefolosha picking up Kobe Bryant beyond the half-court line, which is good.
Fisher off the rub from Kobe. Into the corner. Bringing rain. Derek Fisher is a 42% three-point shooter.
When he shoots the ball with such a high arc, it's really hard to get a hand on it. You can contest it all you want, but he shoots it with such a high arc, it's very hard to even trouble him when he shoots the basketball.
Westbrook had a seam for just a moment. Krstić cleans it up and packs it home.
As a 7-footer, that's what you're supposed to do around the basket.
Well, and you needed to do that because you've turned the ball over twice for 2 baskets. They already have 6 fast break points. You don't have any.
And I like the aggressiveness of Krstić. Dunk the ball when you're that close as a 7-footer. You let guys know that your ability to dunk the ball is what you're going to do when you're close.
Fisher's even more effective when nobody comes to get him, and Westbrook just a little bit late off the defensive switch. Fisher quickly with a couple of baskets, 2 deep deuces, 4 points. Good curl. Sefolosha all the way to the rim. The rebound tipped to Bryant. The Lakers have scored on their last 5 possessions. This time, Kobe gets it to go down. Bryant with 4 points. Every Lakers starter has scored now against Scott Brooks and the Thunder. Westbrook. Again, a great look.
Yeah, it's a good shot. You have to look at, even though the Thunder, they're missing their opportunities, you have to look at the kind of shots that they're getting.
Oh, Bryant, get it out of here. He doesn't hear that very often at all. Sefolosha. And in transition, he feeds Jeff Green. And listen to this sold-out crowd at the Ford Center.
Defense to offense. Great block by Sefolosha. Jeff Green converts on the other end. Comes up
Green with
steal.
the steal. A foul on the breakaway.
They might give him 2 for this. There was no one in front of Jeff
There were
Green.
4 guys from Oklahoma City.
Sefolosha giving chase on the block right here. Nice defensive effort. Starts the ball the other way. And then what does he do? Kevin Durant forces it up court. Nice pass there to a moving Jeff Green.
That was a breakaway foul on Lamar Odom, so 2 shots for Green, and the Thunder will maintain possession. Good chance to swing the momentum of this game early.
And it's all starting on the defensive end. Sefolosha, tip your hat to him. It got started on the block by on Kobe Bryant.
Green is 2 out of 3 to start the game, and that's good news because the rest of the team beside Durant last time these teams played here, they didn't do too well. Thabo Sefolosha started his 2nd game under Scott Brooks the last time these teams played here at the Ford Center. And you see his improvement. He has doubled his pleasure across the board. Minutes, scoring, stealing the basketball. What a valuable addition. Green couldn't get the handle. He gives it up to Sefolosha. Gasol bothered from the backside by Nick Collison, but out of bounds to the Lakers. Collison, the former Kansas Jayhawk, off the bench, replacing Kirstic. So now Collison with Westbrook and Green and Durant and Sefolosha. No changes here early in turning the corner. We got a reach-in foul caught by Mark Wunderlich. That's against Durant. 2 double-doubles against the Lakers. 31 points in the first game, 32 points in the second.
Here's a time where they like to get Gasol involved in the offense. They'll throw the ball in the low post and let him work his offense.
Triggers long. Gasol off to a 1 out of 4 start. Durant with his second rebound. Odom picks up Westbrook. Nice change of direction. The cutter is Sefolosha, but he took a step. Dragged his foot. Green knocked that shot down just in case you were keeping track of such things at home. That'll go as the third turnover against the Thunder.
But I like the movement by the Thunder. Nice pick and roll action right there. Russell Westbrook was able to get into the lane and pass to a cutting Sefolosha. That kind of action they're going to need throughout this game.
The Lakers have started defensively with a couple of things the Thunder hasn't seen. If you can weather this early storm and just get your feet underneath you just a little bit, then you can settle down and you've got a chance to take control of this game. Assignment missed the rotation, leaving Fisher wide open. Derek Fisher with 3 baskets on as many attempts, 6 points.
That's the value of Pau Gasol, a very good post player, and his ability to pass the ball to the cutters. Nice job there by Pau Gasol.
Durant into the lane, checked by Bryant. Battle for the rebound, and Nick Collison gets shoved out of bounds by Trevor Ariza.
And again, that's Kevin Durant getting to the basket. All of a sudden, the defense starts to pay attention to him. That leaves Nick Collison open on the offensive glass. There's Gasol watching Kevin Durant to the basket, forgets to box out Nick Collison.
How about the effort we've seen down deep? First Green, now Collison.
And that's what you have to do. Again, you've got to keep your bodies moving, and that avenue to the basket's going to be open.
Durant all the way to the rim, can't get it to fall. Jordan Farmar off the Los Angeles bench. Bryant right into the lane, pulls up. Odom is there. Gasol is there. And Pau Gasol will go to the free throw line.
And
+1.
The theme is offensive rebounding. I'll say it again. Lakers are third in the NBA in offensive rebounding at 12 per game. You've got to be able to put your body on these guys when they go to the offensive glass. Just like Kevin Durant, your focus is normally on Kobe Bryant, so you kind of lose your focus on who you're guarding, and that's why the Lakers are always in that situation to crash the offensive glass.
This team has not lost 3 straight games since Phil Jackson and the Lakers acquired Gasol in trade from the Memphis Grizzlies. Kobe overplaying the passing lane, and Michael Smith blowing the play down. Kobe said, "Hey, Michael, that ball's off you, and you were in bounds." And I think Michael Smith just told him, "My bad." I think Michael Smith just apologized to him because, honestly, I think he was right.
That's all he could say was, "My bad. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time."
Blew the whistle too quick. Westbrook finding position on Farmar. Russ 0 for 3 to start. But again, the quality of the shots has been there. If you settle down just a little bit and start knocking some of those down, you're in pretty good shape. Bryant still trying to dial it in. He's 1 out of 5.
And that's what you have to do, what Russell was able to do, limit them to 1 shot. Nice pass.
Kyle Weaver with the payoff.
Good job running the floor by Weaver. He's got to use his energy to make an impact in this game. Run the floor. Make the Lakers transition from offense to defense.
Weaver's going to pick up Bryant. Gasol hooking that home. How do you defend that?
Well, it's hard to because Pau Gasol's so long. His arms are so long. He's easily or able to shoot over Nick Collison.
Green, the trailer on the play for 3.
Right, this one's going to count. They shot the one prior to that one that didn't count. We're going to count that one.
You know, when Durant had 10 points in the first quarter, February 24th, the rest of the team was 4 out of 15. That is not the case tonight. The looks have not all been going down. Green fouling Bryant from the backside. But the Thunder getting some opportunities in part because they're moving the basketball.
Moving the basketball and moving their body.
Y el tiempo muerto en el partido. Que bien se mueve por línea de fondo. Ahí Kyle Weaver. Caer por allí. A Memphis no va. Pero
I hope you would know.
That doesn't even, I won't even dignify that with a comment.
Just seeing if you were on your toes.
Bryant to the free throw line. He is 1 out of 5 in the run of play, but 3 of 3 at the line, and he can do that to you too. Last year's most valuable player in the NBA.
Kobe Bryant, very celebrated player, but you know what's on his mind? He's trying to win a championship without Shaquille O'Neal, and that's going to, in his estimation, satisfy the critics.
They're going to trap off the made free throw. Got to hurry to beat that 8-second clock. You had a 3-on-1 for just a second. Weaver finds Durant, who packs it on the reverse along the baseline.
That's one way to call the trap off. If you can finish, if you can throw the ball over the top and take the ball to the basket on the other end, that trap won't last very long.
Paint scoring right now, 18-10 in the Lakers' favor, making 20-10 as Green had no answer for Gasol off the lob from Kobe.
Well, here's the thing. The Lakers, with Kobe Bryant, they've seen just about every double team, every type of trapping situation, gimmick defense that you're going to see to stop Kobe Bryant. Now, having said that, Kobe Bryant understands exactly where the rotations are going to be, and he's a very smart player, makes a nice pass to Pau Gasol.
Skip pass, Chucky Atkins spelling Russell Westbrook and misses everything. Shot clock, Green's got to get rid of it, missed it all, and that is going to go down as the Thunder's 4th turnover here in the quarter.
Actually, Kyle Weaver, as a young player, rule of thumb, no time and score at all times. He had a better shot than dumping it over to Jeff Green, but he didn't know the shot clock had not reset. He's got to know time and score.
Atkins into the rotation now to replace Earl Watson for the time being, at least maybe the duration in his 5 games. As the backup to Westbrook at the point, he is shooting 29%. Luke Walton off the Lakers bench, stepping back after penetrating and finding enough room. He didn't learn that move from his dad. I think he learned it from his teammate Bryant.
Yeah, it looked more like a Kobe Bryant move than a Bill Walton move.
Durant.
Got to
in
get
this
the farm
situation, do you run the risk of having one of your guys, in this case Durant, feeling like he's got to do too much? Gasol with another offensive rebound. That's number 4 on the night. And it pays off in second chance points as Walton gets to the rim and scores again.
And it also adds to the in the paint points as well. That was a basket in the paint where the Lakers, second in the NBA, scoring 47 points a game in the paint.
Brother, they're torching it. 65% on 15 of 23 shooting. The Thunder 9 of 22. Weaver's entry pass saved by Kobe.
Well, that's the cardinal sin. You never save the ball under your opponent's basket, but somehow it works out for Kobe Bryant.
He is the MVP, the reigning MVP. Shot clock is off. The Lakers have scored 6 unanswered points. This is a perfect example of how patient Kobe Bryant is. Collison got a piece of it, and he still scores it.
Again, he's been there before. He's seen every kind of defense that's has been designed to stop him. He knows exactly where the holes are. And he's been there, done that. All you can say, he's been there, he's done that.
Diferencia que se ha vivido 17-20. Si es que cuando los Lakers no se precipitan y juegan a lo que saben que tienen que jugar, esto se lo pueden hacer casi a cualquiera. Oklahoma no tiene nada por dentro. Pero los Lakers jugando con paciencia y utilizando todas las ventajas que se crean, van a encontrar tiradores solos casi siempre.
Kobe no creo que van a descansar.
Watching him, big fan of Russell Westbrook. I'm a big quarterback guy, and he does a fabulous job on the point. And we love, of course, Kevin as well.
This is one of those things that when we talk about quality of life, man, we're an NBA city, an NBA region, and that doesn't hurt you either, does it?
No, this whole organization, Class Act, starts with, of course, with Mr. Clay Bennett. Scott Brooks is the head coach, doing a fabulous job, really represents the area well. So we're proud to have him. We're all also very proud of our coaches, Jeff Capel and Sherry Cole, and what they're doing in the tournament.
Well, you're heading into your 11th year OU football, and I know the expectations are always there. You've led your team to more wins, more than any BCS team since you've been coaching. You can understand what expectations are like.
Yeah, that's good, though. I always embrace them, and you had to remind me it's going on 11 years. I didn't realize I was getting that old, but I am. But I'm at a great place, a great university with great people, so I'm very fortunate.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Stoops. Enjoy the rest of the game. Who needs Jack Nicholson, right, guys?
I kind of like the talent we have here courtside. I saw the former Congressman J.C. Watts in the house as well. Coach Stoops, his good wishes for Jeff Capel. There's Congressman Watts right there.
Outstanding college football players, J.C. Watts.
You got the Sooner men going up against Syracuse in the Sweet 16 at Memphis. They'll play the winner of the North Carolina-Gonzaga game, and then the OU women have advanced to play Georgia Tech in the second round of the Oklahoma City Regional of the women's tournament. Atkins picks it up after his teammates bother Gasol into the turnover. No finish. Weaver saves it under the basket, and it goes to the other guy.
Wow,
Malik Rose got a hand on it before Gasol could corral that pass. Sasha Vujicic, the Slovenian, with the basketball on the far side. Good rotation here. Here's Josh Powell, who turned down a chance to play in the CBA to go to Russia and then Italy before he cracked the NBA lineup. .14 to shoot for Oklahoma City as Green comes back in, replacing Kevin Durant in the Thunder's lineup. So now you've got Weaver, Collison, Rose, Atkins, and Green. Jeff along the baseline. Josh Powell way too late to stop that. Green with 4 out of 6 shooting 10 points.
That's what I call coming right in to make an impact. Jeff Green, nice backdoor cut, nice pass by Malik Rose.
17 points. He shot 6 out of 10. Phil Jackson said, I didn't like the
que hemos visto antes, ya ha pasado el partido 3 o 4 veces. Es un bloqueo ciego en la banda que ha dado muchísima.
Hemos visto 2 mates así.
De contratazo. Sí. Barbosa lesionado, no se sabe si.
Win that trip to Los Angeles. Gasol setting up Farmar. He can't handle it. So the Thunder with a chance to cut into this lead just a little bit. The cutter is Green. Make no mistake about it. Jeff Green has got it going on. He is in the 2 games against Los Angeles prior was shooting 10 of 28. The Thunder continues to distribute the ball well.
Oh, he's got 4
and
in the
get
quarter.
The ball out.
Jeff Green does, and the high percentage variety, 1 dunk and 1 layup.
Weaver with the steal, pays it off. Collison thundering down the lane.
That was one of the keys for me tonight. Run this Laker team. They're very content with having Kobe Bryant dictate tempo in the half court. They don't like to get up and down in transition. They would rather settle in and play in a half court game.
Malik Rose is not going to let Josh Powell have the bunny. The Thunder has outscored the Lakers 8-2 to open the quarter.
Well, there's Kyle coming on the double. Starts the fast break action here. Nick Collison still running. I like the fact that it wasn't the primary break, it was a secondary break. Kyle Weaver slowed it up just a little bit to let Nick Collison come into that picture for the high percentage layup.
I do think they're bodying up Gasol just a little bit, and that has maybe played into a little frustration that you just saw. There's Josh Powell, played with the Mavs, the Warriors, the Clippers. After his time in Russia and Italy, Farmar going to check Atkins the length of the floor. Green setting up Powell, and he's going to dish out to Weaver for 3. Gasol with another rebound. He has 5.
As you can see, Jeff Green really trying to get some offense going. Sets up Kyle Weaver for that offering.
Walton does well to keep that in play and then scores over Green. Luke Walton with a couple of baskets. Give him 3 now on 4 attempts, 6 points.
Well, with Kobe Bryant out of the game, everybody should be able to guard their defender or their guy one-on-one right now. It shouldn't recover or recall any help situations. Nobody should be beat backdoor. There shouldn't be any double teams that should have to happen right now.
Why do you think the Thunder is cutting so much better? I honestly thought that maybe they came out and the Lakers did show them some looks defensively. They hadn't very active, kind of helter-skelter, and I thought maybe that caught Brooks's guys off stride a little bit. Maybe a young team playing the uniform and not the opponent. And Malik Rose has got to leave. We'll track that and find out what the story is there. But the other thing is that here in the second quarter, the Thunder has done a much better job of cutting in the half-court offense and creating opportunities inside.
Well, I think they're just loosening up that Laker defense as Vujacic gets right to the basket unimpeded. You've got to be able to step in front of him and possibly draw a charge or defer him from the basket.
Don't see him go inside very often. Durant steps back on both Gasol and Walton, drifting back to score at KD with his third basket of the night, 6 points to go along with 3 assists and 3 rebounds.
That's the kind of play that great players make.
Vujacic looking for Gasol, nothing doing. Gasol got poked in the face. He's slow to come away. Gasol shooting a career best 57%. Kevin Durant not going to miss many of those as Gasol never even came back down to defend. He's still checking himself out. I think he took one in the schnoz.
Oh, he's whining. You see he's okay now. He's got the ball.
He's angry, too. He's screaming at his teammates. Farmar for 3. Collison battling for that rebound. That's off of Gasol to the Thunder. He's lost his composure.
Well, and he's getting riled up here, but Nick Collison battling him.
Right there.
Yeah, he's complaining that's not why he missed the shot, though. That's going to happen time to time.
Yeah, again, worth noting, since Bynum got hurt the last 25 games, he's been good for a double-double. The Thunder on a 6-2 run the last minute and a half. And off the ball, Walton with another personal foul.
What Kevin Durant trying to run into that low post. Luke Walton knows he doesn't have a chance to defend Kevin with his length in that low post and commits the foul.
Phil Jackson, the inscrutable, the 9-time champion, is the longtime head athletic trainer Gary Vitti. Boy, you go way back in the Lakers media guide and you go into their archives. I can tell you this. Gary Vitti is a very different looking guy. I'll tell you this, he got a little frustrated, but he also stayed in and played the role of the warrior, but you cannot have blood like that and continue to play.
Yeah, there's a little blood, but he'll be all right. It's a contact sport.
Atkins hit the last 3 he took. Part of the problem, I think, with Chucky is that half of the shots that he's taken since he came into the rotation, they've been from 3 and they haven't been going down.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to get a little closer to the basket.
Walton spinning back and scoring. That's a tough move in tight spaces. Walton 4 out of 5, 8 points.
I think you pick on Gasol right now. He's a little bit frustrated because he didn't get that foul call. I think you pick on him right now, see what he does on the defensive end.
Russell Westbrook, that's an offensive foul. Pushing off on Vujacic. He extended the arm. Mark Wunderlich got a good look at it from the baseline.
You're exactly right because the sideline official didn't see it, but Mark right on the baseline. I guess he saw Russell extend the arm.
Okay, jersey tug.
That might be a little Hollywood flop there.
Jersey tug.
That might be the Hollywood flop.
That would be one of the tricks of the trade you hear the older guys talking about. Powell going to go to work in the deep post on Green along the baseline, fronted by Sefolosha. Vujacic cleans it up. Sefolosha and Collison skying for the rebound. Green driving, kicking. Durant missing from 3. KD 4 out of 9 here in the first half. Farmar the length of the floor. Great defensive effort by Green. Conceding nothing, and if you continue to play like that, if you can get a couple other things straightened out, you give yourself a chance.
Well, it's all about defense, BD. If you get that...
La inteligencia.
Que sabrá él y seguramente sabe lo que hace.
Got off to a great start to start the second quarter, but we haven't heard from him since.
The Thunder hasn't had a field goal now for the last 2 minutes. Lakers have led from wire to wire. Kobe Bryant is back on the floor, and DJ Mbenga rarely heard from.
Well, you say rarely heard from. That's the reason that Kobe Bryant's in the game. When you have a guy like Mbenga in the game, you've got to put Kobe Bryant in to kind of compensate for what you might not get from seldom used DJ.
Bryant gets a hand on it, strips the ball away from Durant. Play Mbenga a little bit more down the stretch because you got to see what you got for depth for playoffs.
Oh, sure, and he's got size, so Phil Jackson's tinkering with it just to see what he's going to have, if they might add a piece maybe before they go into the playoffs.
Well, they've got Westbrook defending Mbenga. Sefolosha comes to help, but Westbrook committing the foul from the backside as Mbenga got position on him. DJ, the fourth-year pro from the Republic of Congo. Westbrook with 2 fouls now, playing his hometown team and still looking for his first point. Westbrook with 1 assist and a couple of turnovers here in the game, 0 for 3 from the floor.
Be interesting to see if the Lakers get the full-court trap going here. No, they go back.
Jackson has used Mbenga sparingly, 4 or 5 minutes a game. Got an imposing presence, so does Collison as he cuts, but they are protecting that rim tonight like it's Fort Knox.
Well, they are. That was a nice cut there by Nick Collison, but you always think about the Lakers and their ability to shoot the basketball and their high-powered offense, but they've been very good here tonight on the defensive end as well.
3-second violation on Mbenga. So the Thunder down 15 with possession. These last 4.5 minutes, what's the most important thing to reestablish?
Paint scoring for the Thunder. They've got to get the ball inside. Now you look at Benga's in the game, Kristich is in the game. More than likely, if you can get Kristich now, we'll talk about scoring in the paint, but Kristich, he's a better player shooting from the perimeter, and I think if you can get him some looks from about 16 to 17 feet, he'll be able to knock those down.
Sefolosha picked up by Ariza. Good help defense. Good touch pass. Westbrook Durant is short. KD 4 out of 11 here in the first half.
You also have to find a way. You can't rely on your perimeter game throughout the entire game. You've got to be able to somehow, what you just saw Kobe Bryant do, somehow get to the front of the rim and score there or draw a foul. You can't rely or consistently just take jump shots and rely on the perimeter game.
Thunder has missed its last 4 shots. Good pass inside. Westbrook finding Kristich. And Bryant with the foul. Nenad will go to the free throw line.
So you need more of that type of action on a consistent basis. Nice cut there by Kristich, and Westbrook saw him cutting. You've got to be able to do that. The Laker defense, they're all over the place. They're out pressuring on the perimeter. So you've got to keep your bodies moving. They can't see everything at all times. So you've got to, if you've got a defender that turns his back, you've got to cut to the basket.
These are the Thunder's first points in the last 3.5 minutes.
And that's a drought that you can't have when you're playing against a high-powered offense like the Lakers. You've got to be able to score the basketball.
Thunder has actually outscored LA 16-14 here in the quarter. But when you consider the Lakers led by 17 points at the quarter break, much work to be done. Westbrook picks up his 3rd foul. He's going to have to sit. And Collison is going to come onto the floor and with Kristich give the Thunder a bigger presence. And that's a combination that in the last week or so has worked well against other teams.
And yeah, you're going to see Sefolosha probably run the point guard, he or Kevin Durant.
Sefolosha gets a piece of Bryant.
And you know what? You very seldom see that shot blocked by Kobe Bryant, but Sefolosha with his length will be right there to contest. Got a nice block on that one.
Thunder is 1 out of 10 from 3, but Kristich inside off a sweet feed from Sefolosha. And the no doubt about it payoff. You need more of that than the 3 ball right now. Again, 1 out of 10. Lakers are 1 out of 4 beyond the arc.
Every time the Thunder come up with a block like that one or a good defensive possession, they've scored on the other end. Sefolosha bothering Kobe Bryant again. Kobe's complaining to the official about a foul, but that's good defense by Sefolosha.
And He's hearing about it. He's getting the wrath.
Que está picado y que esto no.
But it's a great night out right now.
And you admitted that in your spare time for fun, you like to watch the NBA.
I love the NBA. When it's about 2 o'clock in the morning after I've watched our film, I always turn the NBA on and watch reruns of NBA. I love the game.
We've got guys that are 20 years old, 21, 22, maybe could still be, or, you know, with you've got to just marvel at the Kevin Durant's and the Russell Westbrooks that are out there.
Oh, it's amazing to watch these guys, the athletes out here. And you've got one of the Cowboys' all-time greats in Desmond Mason. We hope he gets healthy very, very soon and has a great year next year.
What has this experience been like for you? And it certainly doesn't hurt to have an NBA team. I asked Bob Stoops that. It doesn't hurt your recruiting either to have this right here in your backyard.
Oh, it's a great marketing tool for us. Every recruit we tell them about, you'll be able to be a part of the Thunder. And I think it's great for basketball in general for the state of Oklahoma. And they're representing Oklahoma in a great manner. I tell you, they've really improved this year, and it's been fun to watch it.
OSU Cowboy basketball coach Travis Ford, congratulations on a great start. What I hope is a long Cowboy career, guys.
Into the second round of the NCAA tournament. That was a lot of fun to watch the Cowboys finish as strong as they did, roaring down the stretch, winning 6 in a row before pushing OU hard in the Bedlam game at Lloyd Noble. I wonder if Bob Stoops was there for that game as well. But to have that finish the way that they did, that terrible loss to Texas really turned around the season for Oklahoma State. Congratulations to them. If you get that program back up to where they were accustomed to under Eddie Sutton when Desmond Mason was playing, boy, what a rivalry to have both the in-state majors going strong.
That's definitely a nice way to go.
Remember the all-century team at Oklahoma State, Desmond Mason.
Easy
late
choice.
Season game against Kansas State. Des was accorded that honor with a host of greats going all the way back to the Cowboy Hall of Famer Bob Curlin, Derek Fisher with the foul on Cephalosha. Now, if you haven't done it yet, still got a little time. Text FSOK to 59925. Your chance to join us in Los Angeles next month at the end of the regular season.
Foul on Derek Fisher on Cephalosha gives the Thunder a brand new shot clock to work with. Pesky defender Trevor Ariza in the ball game. Nice pass there by Kevin.
People don't give the Lakers enough credit for the length that they have. Krstić did well to get the shot off. Fisher battling loose ball foul's going to be called on Collison. Scott Brooks saw a dive.
And Scott saying, well, you know what, there were hands all over the place. And, you know, don't call that one because the guy lays out on the floor.
He says, that's a flop. That's a flop. And that was, you know what, that was as angry as I think I've ever seen Brooksy in a conversation with an official.
And you don't see him get on the officials very often about foul calls. He understands that that's part of the game. You know, bad call, good call. It's all in the run of play. But you could tell he was pretty passionate about that one possession.
Fisher extending the lead. Is he part of Kobe Bryant's security blanket? When you look at how Bryant's game has evolved since Fisher came back, remember he was on the 3 championship teams with Kobe and Shaq. Then he went to Utah, had a family situation, asked to be released, and came back to the Lakers. And I think the evolution in Bryant's game, he's looking more to distribute, doesn't feel like he has to do everything all the time. I think Fisher's got an awful lot to do with that. Great ball movement, but the Thunder unable to finish. Cephalosha bodied up at the rim, no call. And the Lakers looking to establish a 20-point lead here in the final minute of the half, and courtesy Kobe Bryant, they do. Bryant now with that 3-ball, 13 points on 4 of 11 shooting.
That's nice.
Baseline, Bryant gets a hand on it, out of bounds with 10 seconds to shoot. He doesn't get enough credit, I don't think, for his defense.
Got to get a shot.
Benga with the block. The Lakers, the last 2 minutes, have outscored the Thunder 9-0. Second drought of at least 2 minutes here in the quarter after the Thunder started so well. And an offensive rebound and a putback from Benga.
Hey, when you get Kobe Bryant to miss from long distance like that, Sefolosha doing a good job of pushing Kobe Bryant far beyond the three-point arc. You've got to be able to offense or defensive rebound.
Bryant forcing the Thunder's 8th turnover of the half. Fisher in rhythm.
Short.
Odom nearly got a hold of it. Sefolosha taking a look at the clock. He's going to pull up. Ariza fouled him. How is that not a foul?
And I'm sure that's what Sefolosha was banking on. And Scott Brooks just kind of gives a David Jones.
38, 25-18 de parcial. Después del 37-20 le ponen esa cara a Scott Brooks con el partido ventilado.
Being drafted to the NBA. I'm still kind of nervous. My heart beating real fast. I'm just ready to hit my name call.
With the second pick in the 2007 NBA draft, the Seattle Supersonics select Kevin Durant from the University of Texas.
That's a dream every little kid wants to get to. And, I was blessed enough, be put in a position to be drafted by a great team. And, it's the start of something new for me. Playing in Seattle was great for me. It was something new. I never lived on the West Coast, but Seattle was a great place to live, great place to play basketball. The Space Needs where I live, 15, 20 minutes away, so I was able to see that every day. And the people were great, all the fans. So I was glad I played for Seattle. USA basketball. You watch the Olympics every year as a kid. Michael Jordan, the Dream Team. Just to be a part of that was phenomenal for me. Playing alongside Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Chris Paul, guys like that. It was great for me as a young kid. 18 years old. I had a lot of fun. 2007 NBA draft class, they say is one of the best, but we'll see in the years to come. But everybody's doing well on their respective teams, and I was glad to be a part of it with those guys. 1 and 2, Greg Oden and myself. People want to talk about that rivalry for a long time. Especially playing in the Pacific Northwest. But Greg's a great guy. And it's fun to be go through that whole draft process with him. Just baby. Grass boy. Carmelo Anthony. It's a guy that's lived 30 minutes from my house. A guy I looked up to. He went to Oak Hill. I went to Oak Hill. He's somebody I always wanted to be like. And, to play against him was fun for me. We went at it. We had battles, but, he's a great person. This would drive me every day, my family. They've been there since I was born. They was always there for me. And, without them, I wouldn't be anything. And, they always support me to this day, no matter good or bad. And, I'm always going to remember that. Winning Rookie of the Year was a big step for me. That's something, one of the goals I wanted to accomplish. I was able to, win that award. My family was there with me as well to, receive it with me. So, that was a great day. Our first win as the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Will they get it? Yes, they will. First victory in franchise history for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
A great building at the Forest Center. We was able to pull that one out, so it was something everybody in Oklahoma City and myself was going to remember for the rest of their lives. Michael Beasley, me and Michael Beasley grew up together. We're good friends. We call each other brothers, and I was happy to see him get drafted. And we fought through this, since we were 8 years old. Together every day, always working, and we both reached our dreams. Vince Carter. Guy I looked up to growing up. I watched every game he played that was on TV. I had his jerseys, I had his shoes, everything. And every time he dunked, I seen him get hype. I got hype too at home. So, I'm glad I'll be able to play against him in the league. Tracy McGrady is the guy I pattern my game after. I always say I wanted to be like T-Mac. I think that's who I play like now. To play against him was a lot of fun, because, we were going at it. And, he made me better. And, I learned a lot from him. Fans of Oklahoma City are great. You know, sold out every night, no matter if we're winning or losing. They're always standing up cheering, and that's what we need for this team.
It's going to be better than any of the other arenas are going to put out. It's going to be the loudest arena in the NBA.
Fans don't know how far that goes with the team. You know, if the fans are always there every night cheering us on, that helps us out. Championship trophy, that's what everybody in this league wants to get to. You know, it's a long journey, you know, but you know, I pray that I get there, and I pray that I win the championship.
Nada más.
Vamos a ver.
On back cuts, Brent, there's no question about it. Employing George Karl's rules of 30. If you can score 30 baskets in the paint, well, the Lakers had 18 in the first half. Russell Westbrook earning a second chance off his effort to track down that rebound and a fresh 24-second clock, but 2 long scoring droughts. Westbrook 0 for 3 in the first half. 1 assist and a couple of turnovers. And Kevin Durant found the lid on the basket. He was 4 of 13 in the first half, but connects long distance there. That's a positive sign for the home team.
A nice execution on the underneath out of bounds, but you can't get it all back at one time. You've got to continue to play defense. Let your offense work for you. You don't have to rush. Again, play solid defense like we saw Cephalosha. Challenge Kobe Bryant every time he takes a shot.
Bryant bothering Westbrook up the floor on that last defensive sequence. You saw Cephalosha. He said, Kobe's got so many tricks. He's got so many ways to draw contact. The one thing that you can do to defend Bryant effectively is if you're isolated with him, stay square to him. And that's exactly what Cephalosha did.
You know, and he also talked about watching his feet. Kobe Bryant does a lot of pump faking, so you can't bite on the pump fakes. And Cephalosha said he would actually watch Kobe Bryant's feet. When they left the floor, then he would leave the floor.
Bryant with his second block of the game, this one on Green. Jeff gets back to pick him up. Green does not have his feet squared. Bryant gets baseline. Gasol gets a bump in the back, and then the offensive rebound. Green slamming the ball to the floor in frustration, and who can blame him?
Well, there's Pau Gasol, the single purple jersey in the paint amongst 3 Thunder players, somehow comes up with that rebound.
Westbrook triggering from 3. The Thunder doesn't even average 10 3-point shots a game. They are now 1 out of 12 off that miss by Westbrook.
And again, I think that speaks to the fact that they're settling for that outside jump shot. The Lakers are forcing and actually giving that shot to the Thunder. You have to stay fast on what your game plan is and can't be lulled into taking that outside shot so much.
That's kind of one of those all-day-long propositions.
Absolutely. If you're going to take that one, we'll give it to you.
Ariza impeding Durant's progress to the goal, and so Kevin, that's a 2-shot foul.
And that's a good way to get going. Kevin Durant struggled there in the second quarter. You'd like to see him get to the free throw line, but in order to do that, you've got to take the ball to the basket. There's not a whole lot of contact that's going to yield a foul situation when you take shots on the perimeter.
If there is hope, I'll give you a glimmer of it. At Los Angeles in early February, Kevin was 3 out of 12 shooting the ball in the first half, 4 out of 13 here tonight. He wound up with 21 points in the second half in that game, which turned out to be a 7-point Lakers victory.
With Kevin, there's always that opportunity. He's on the Thunder side of the basketball. He's the Kobe Bryant that can explode and get you back into a game. If you're in a close game down the stretch, he can win a game for you also.
Westbrook slapping at the basketball. Everybody collapses on Bryant. Good defensive rotations here on this possession. Bryant throws the thing back up from behind the baseline. Are you kidding me?
And the baseline official didn't even call it.
No shot.
And Cephalosha still playing solid defense. You saw the hand extended there, cuts him off baseline. Pretty good defense in my estimation.
Called for shoving him out of bounds. The ruling is Kobe was out of bounds when he threw the ball up. That's not a shot because he was over the line. Gasol.
And that's tough because now you play good solid defense on Kobe Bryant. You get him basically to run out of real estate and go out of bounds, and then Pau Gasol knocks down the 15-footer.
He scored 8 points in the first quarter, didn't have any in the second quarter. Cephalosha from the corner for 3.
Cephalosha has been really aggressive tonight on his offense. You saw him open up the ball game, come to get a free throw line jump shot. He's been really decisive about what he wants to do with the basketball, and that's good to see.
Gasol and Odom in a little two-man game pays off for Odom.
Pau Gasol, a pretty good passer interiorly as a big man. He can really get the ball to the open man. Nice pass there by Pau Gasol.
Cephalosha from the other side, left alone, same result.
And again, being very decisive with his offense. The thing about an opportunity to play against Kobe Bryant as an offensive player, you can't let Kobe Bryant, run free on the offensive end. You got to challenge him and make him play defense on one end of the floor as well.
Kobe sets up Cephalosha, gets the help from Durant and misses the shot.
And there's Kevin right there to the basket.
Odom with the foul. Kevin will shoot two more.
And I like the fact that Kevin didn't stop there. He had an opportunity to pull up from about 15 feet, but he goes to the basket. I like it. Defensively, there's Kevin Durant. You heard Coach talk about it at halftime. Ron Adams needs to get more help side. That time it was Kevin Durant. Blows up the Kobe Bryant offering.
Cephalosha has hit a couple of baskets here early in the third quarter. If you had been with us up today at the Integris Health Training Facility in Edmond, you would have seen after shoot-around, Thabo working after practice with the assistant coach Ron Adams on jump shots.
Well, I tell you what, if he gets that jump shot to fall for him consistently, defensively, obviously he's already there, but he's going to be a total package when he gets that shot to go for him.
Kobe looked at Mark Wunderlich, who was the guy who said no shot on the baseline move down there, and if looks could kill.
Yeah, but
I think Mark could have a couple holes in him right now.
There was still it was a contested shot by Kobe, and that's what you want to force him to do for most of the night, at least shoot with the hand in his face.
Green traveled, left his feet as Odom jumped to him and forced the turnover.
Clear case of Lamar Odom's length bothering Jeff Green on that shot attempt.
You know, I have thought for the last couple of weeks reading the newspapers in Los Angeles that there was a little tempest in a teapot boiling. The fans and the media bemoaning the team's failure to step on the necks of opponents. And they have had a little stretch where they've been held under 100 points 4 times since the end of February, and it's kind of a surprising list. Denver, Memphis, Portland not so much, but Philadelphia held them under. They blew a 10-point lead down the stretch, and Iguodala beat them with a shot after they frittered away that lead. And people are going, okay, if you're going to be a real championship team, then you need to take advantage of the teams that are this far below you in the standings. And the Lakers have come out tonight, and the way things are going, they are going to put all of that conversation to rest as Fisher hits another 3.
Well, you talked about Kobe Bryant being a better player since Fisher came back. That's the reason why he trusts Fisher, because he knows that he's been in the trenches and deep into the playoffs with Fisher, and he'll make big shots like we just saw him make.
Westbrook just scored his first points of the game, gets the rebound here, finds Durant underneath, and Kevin, boy, Lamar Odom is giving him absolutely nothing along the baseline.
But Kevin Durant getting it going again from the free throw line. Here he goes again, but not settling. Taking the contact, creating that foul situation. Again, now you need to score with the clock off, even though we're in the third quarter. It helps. Now you're able to cut into that lead without the clock moving. Kobe Bryant still talking to the official about the last possession where he thought he got fouled, but you have to tip your hat to Cephalosha and the rest of the Thunder playing some very good defense right now.
Durant, 5 of 14 in the run of play, 6 of 6 from the line, 16 points. Brent Weber had that note about the fact that if Durant doesn't take at least 4 free throws, the Thunder doesn't win very many games. KD above that threshold now, and Green with another rebound. He has 4 on the night. Westbrook. That ball would not leave his hand cleanly. The outlet pass, Bryant will shoot 2. Durant got back to contest the shot. I think the fans are upset because that whistle was awfully late.
Well, I like the fact that Kevin did not concede this one.
might not have been able to get it out of his pocket fast enough.
Wasn't quick draw McGraw.
Of course, it's around his neck, but just trying to help.
Offer a suggestion, I suppose. That was good defense by
He had to
Durant,
go for
though.
his spare.
Very good defense. I still, the fact that he didn't give up the easy two made him go to the foul line and earn it.
This is a team that obviously still has some building to do.
And we always knew that this is a work in progress.
And I think it's probably right about now it's worth repeating. Good spacing. Gasol can't get there. He was outmanned. And Durant with the no doubt about it finish. KD now with 18 points. Gasol, by the way, is kind of in a triple-double zone. He's got 12 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. To the weak side this time, Odom for 3. Lamar Odom has hit a couple from beyond the arc tonight.
Kobe Bryant encouraging his teammates. When he gets dribble penetration like that and draws the defense, he encourages his teammates, shoot the basketball. Nice job by Odom.
Westbrook fouled, stuffed by Odom, but I think the contact was prior.
Well, what the good thing, what that's happening right now, the Thunder realize if they take the ball to the basket, the officials will blow the whistle. They haven't done that in the first 2 quarters. Now they have the opportunity to, and it looks like they're exploring it.
Westbrook tonight has had some moments where it looked like he was back to forcing the basketball. He raised a really interesting point a week or so ago after practice one day. He said, you know, it's one thing to talk to your coaches, to look at video and understand, to conceptualize the places where you need to change. But when you're in the middle of an 82-game schedule and you're playing every night or every other night, it's much harder to do that. I'll tell you, and I went over and told him this, as a broadcaster, there are things from night to night, you go back, you look at the tape, and you go, well, I'd like to change that. But it's one thing to catch it. It's another thing when you're actually back in the moment to pull it off. I thought that was a really valid point on Russell's behalf.
And so a lot of times he understands some of the mistakes that he makes, but it's hard to do that or change those things on the fly with so many games that come right after the other. You don't really have a chance to make that adjustment on the fly.
To incorporate it as part of your routine in practice. Good movement here. Cephalosha trying to pay it off and cannot. Gasol with his 7th rebound of the game. He really may get a triple-double here. He keeps that alive and misses, and Lamar Odom showing that headlock move he's been working on.
And Kevin Durant on the glass. Pau Gasol, one-man fast break, gets destroyed by the Thunder.
En el partido.
Double tickets and an Adidas Thunder jersey, and just like Jacob Zielinski of Edmond did, he was our first winner. You get your picture on the billboards around town.
I saw that one when I was driving.
Looking fine.
Really looks nice. It really does.
You go ahead and do that, and we'll announce the next winner during Sunday's broadcast on Thunder TV, KSBI, against the Boston Celtics. Got to get him geared up. He's got a great smile. There we go. That's a little bit better. Brent Weber listening in on the conversation during the timeout on the Thunder side. What are you hearing, B?
The coaches to a man all letting the guys know that they saw the effort, the way they moved the ball. They said, now they know you're playing. Now they know you're here. Let's build on that. Positive things, positive rewards, and Kevin Durant getting to the line too.
You know, I thought it was interesting because the Thunder at the beginning of the game was getting good looks. The shots weren't falling. Los Angeles was playing a certain type of high and aggressive defense that they hadn't seen before, and that combined, and Bryant not able to finish it off, that combined, missing the shots, combined with the continued aggression of the Lakers defensively, seemed to take a little bit of steam out of the Thunder. Young teams will sometimes get their daubers down. Kobe Bryant never gets his dauber down.
And he never came across half court in that transition play and then got good position underneath the basket on Cephalosha. That's a tough cover for anybody if you get that deep.
Oh, good find inside. Cephalosha fed by Westbrook. So you get it under 20. If you were to make a stop, what would a good threshold be? About a dozen by the end of the quarter? But you have to make the stop.
You've got to make stops, and the Lakers aren't doing anything that's very difficult. They're running basic fundamental offense. You saw the screen and roll on that offering. That Powell got right to the basket.
Powell called for the foul on Westbrook.
It looked like a reluctant whistle.
Yeah, maybe all this weird weather we've started to have here in tornado season has started to affect, they get that little pea in there. Maybe the pea gets coated with something and doesn't quite fire quite as well as it should.
Well, at least,
I'm trying to help him out, man. I'm thinking everything I can.
I feel you, but at least reach for the whistle like you might blow it.
Fisher out, Farmar in. Westbrook out of Lusinger High School in Long Beach, California. Interesting feature this week on Air Thunder. His high school coach talking about his bemusement at how people say, well, Russell does so many things with his athleticism. But he said, the Russell Westbrook I knew and know is a great student of the game.
And you have to be. If you want to be good, if you want to be great, you've got to be a student of the game.
Westbrook a little bit late to close out Josh Powell. Powell with 8 points on the night. What do Josh Powell and Udonis Haslem of the Miami Heat have in common? Oh, my goodness. That's just how good they are.
Kobe Bryant saw that whole play develop. He knew Jeff Green was trailing, saw Ariza also trailing, and just knew exactly what he was going to do long before the ball reached his hands.
Durant +1.
Kevin's been very good here in this third quarter, driving the ball to the basket, and what he's been able to do is get to the free throw line.
13 points in the quarter.
He's been a very bright spot. You saw the nice curl there, just getting to the basket, drawing the foul, and that's what you have to do. That separates good players from great players when you get to the free throw line, when you manufacture points. The outside shooting may not be working for you, but if you can manage to get to the free throw line 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 times, it helps bolster your scoring.
What's interesting is that Kevin has only taken one. I want to go back on that. Durant, he's 3 out of 3 in the run of play, but he's also gotten to the free throw line 8 of 9 here in the quarter.
Now, there's Cephalosha doing a great job of staying down on Bryant's pump fake.
Ariza running right at Durant. Powell spinning and scoring to beat the shot clock. Josh Powell in double-figure scoring. When he played overseas, just like Udonis Haslem when he played in France before he came back and has obviously built himself a nice career in his hometown of Miami. Just like Haslem, Josh Powell never reset his watch to European time. How about that for second effort by Westbrook?
Boy, would he love to have that layup back that he missed right there by himself at the front, but great extra effort there by Westbrook to get that one to fall.
Just wants everybody back home to know he's still in the game. 8 points here in the quarter for Westbrook. Powell gets underneath. Boy, he almost did the small man's equivalent of pulling the chair out from under Cephalosha.
Well, he did. It was a perfectly executed drop step to the baseline by Powell.
Powell has 8 points in the quarter. Westbrook, the runner won't fall. Krstić, the rebound and the bucket.
Nice to see Krstić in there competing on the offensive glass. Got to make something happen on the defensive end. Now, you're getting some offensive opportunities right now. If you're the Thunder, you got to shore up your defense now.
That was Nenad's first basket of the quarter. Bryant calling for the ball on the far side. Gasol going to take a run at it. Offensive rebounding. Powell can't get that one to go. Krstić secures his 4th rebound.
I'll tell you what the Thunder's been able to do is really work the shot clock down for the Lakers, and the Lakers are taking shots with under 5 seconds to go on the shot clock, which tells me that the Thunder are playing very good defense. They've got to complete it by securing the rebound.
Gasol with his 11th rebound, 3 more assists, and he'll have a triple-double. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 7 helpers for the Spaniard Gasol. Collison, 20 feet.
Nick's been making that shot last couple of games. I like that. When he's in rhythm, steps right into it, knocks it down.
Collison now with 4 points, 2 of 3 shooting. 24-10, the Lakers have an advantage in bench scoring. Driving, dishing, Powell unable to pay it off. Bryant reaching in, Cephalosha is able to maintain control until the linebacker hit him. And we'll just wave it off here and call it a quarter.
Every stop counts. That one surely does also.
The thundering his left wrist. That would be his non-shooting hand, and that's the Thunder's medical director, Dr. Donnie Strack, taking a look at KD's wrist, just checking everything all the way up to the elbow during the quarter break. So we'll see if we can get a report on that, or I suppose the fact that he's back on the floor tells you all that you need to know.
That's the full report right there.
Brian Davis, Grant Long, Brent Weber, and company. Glad to have you along on Fox Sports Oklahoma. Lakers bidding for a season sweep. They've won at the Staples Center. They've won here a month ago at the Ford Center. Vujicic triggering Long. Durant with the rebound. That's his 6th. KD with 22 points and 4 assists as well. Has not turned the ball over tonight. And that's important because there are nights when he's going well like this, and that sort of obscures the fact that he also turns it over. You touch it as much as Kevin does. Sometimes you'll have high count nights, but even he says, I need to get better about that.
And again, like you talked about, having the ball in his hands for a whole lot, you would expect the ball to be turned over, but he doesn't turn the basketball over. He makes very good decisions with the basketball.
Bryant will get an extended rest. You remember back here a month ago, February 24th, the Thunder, and of course the margin was not, and there's Joe Sharp, the athletic trainer, also taking a look and putting a quick wrap on that just below the elbow. Wonder if that's a cold pack in there too.
No, actually it's just a pad. Kevin got hit going on his last offering on the drive to the basket where he made it to the free throw line. He got whacked on the arm.
Westbrook drawing contact on Farmar. Getting low, but not leaning the shoulder in and getting the call.
Well, that's the theme that the Thunder needed to employ early in the ball game. Get on your high horse and start driving the ball to the basket. The officials have shown that they're going to blow the whistle if you're aggressive and going to the basket.
Well, the third quarter numbers prove out that they'll make those calls if you give them a reason to. They were 12 of 13 from the line in the quarter. Durant, most of those. Collison with the putback. The Lakers only took 2 foul shots in the third.
Big body Nick inside, competing on the glass, gets a second chance opportunity for the Thunder.
Gasol. 14 points for Gasol. Ever been to Barcelona?
I have not. I hear it's a wonderful place, though.
Beautiful. Had the good fortune to get there a couple of times. Don't go in high season, though.
What's high season?
You know, summertime when everybody's on vacation.
Okay.
Krstić on second effort will get to the line. You saw coming up the floor, Gasol, a silver medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, working David Jones. He makes that shot, but says he got me on the elbow when I took it.
If you ever notice, Pau Gasol will complain about every single shot, make or miss, he got fouled on. Somebody looked at him the wrong way. He's always complaining to the official, in my estimation.
On the other hand, you can't argue with results since they acquired him in trade with Memphis February 1st, 2008. The Lakers have not lost 3 games in a row. He came into this game shooting 57%, which is 5th in the league. 8th in the league at 9.5 rebounds. And again, over the last 25 games, he's averaging a double-double.
What I think he does, he likes to always draw the attention of the official. So if it's ever a close call, he'll get the benefit of the doubt. So he's always on riding the officials.
Some guys do that. Coaches do that all the time.
So if it's ever a close call, he'll get the benefit of it because he's been complaining about it the whole game.
Westbrook has that pass knocked away by Luke Walton. Farmar, the trailer, that was all UCLA. Well, no, I take that back, all Pac-10. Walton from Arizona, but UCLA gave it up in Westbrook. UCLA in Farmar. Walton, son of the Hall of Famer Bill out of the University of Arizona, which wasn't supposed to go very far in the NCAA tournament. Some people thought it was a miracle that they were even in it. Weaver feeds that one right back to Vujicic. How's he get out of that? Along the baseline. Keeps it alive. Well, he kept his dribble alive.
Well, and it's exactly how he got out of it because it looked like he was trapped along the baseline, but the fact that he kept his dribble alive allowed him to get out of that trap.
Durant packing it. Westbrook with another helper.
Nice job by Westbrook. Turned on the Jets right there at the last second, and he saw Farmar did not bite on the fake. So what did he do? He pulled back and made the nice pass to Kevin Durant along the baseline. Good decision again by Westbrook.
Gasol, I thought he traveled. Durant bothering Powell. Powell gives it up. Thunder basketball.
About the hustle by Kevin Durant. Heads up play.
Puerto con el 96.
Un equipo más.
Elbow contact. He continues to finish the play. But now he's got a pad right there.
They're both checking each other out here a little bit. Checking themselves out. Kobe says, yeah, that's smarter just a little bit. Durant with 24 points. He is the high scorer in the ball game. The Lakers have 5 players in double figures scoring. Durant, Kirstich, Weaver, Collison, and Westbrook on the floor right now for Oklahoma City. Vujicic, Walton, Farmar, Odom, and DJ Mbenga for the Lakers. Westbrook to the rim, to the free throw line.
Lots of contact on that drive. Westbrook paid the price, but you understand that that's what you have to do when you take the ball to the basket. Can't be afraid to go in there amongst the trees, and we know that Westbrook is not.
Lakers outscored Chicago 36-22 in the fourth quarter to win the first. This is a 7-game road trip that they are on. Longest trip that they have ever been on this late in the season. And so, you know, against a team in Chicago that's still in the hunt in the lower echelons of the Eastern Conference playoff race, against Oklahoma City, which comes in here at 20-50, the Lakers feel like they want to take care of business. Lamar Odom has just said goodnight, fouling out with 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting, 6 rebounds.
That's about the average night for Lamar Odom, despite the fouls. I mean, he played a pretty good game, and that's what they expect from him.
The Thunder's Prize Patrol running around town. Your chance to win big tomorrow at the Ronald J. Norick Downtown Library at noon. Get there at noon and score big with Thunder prizes. You might even win tickets to an upcoming game you can only win if you watch. It's just that easy. Lakers are a half a percentage point of coming in here with a streak of 6 straight games shooting 50% or better. Well, they're at 52% right now.
Well, I can tell you what helps that is the fact that they get a lot of in the paint points that will boost up that shooting percentage, that field goal percentage.
Well, right now they're advantage 50-36 there, but Farmar with his second basket from 18 feet away. I started to say the last time that Los Angeles was in here, the Thunder made a run and cut the Lakers' lead down to 1 point. Kobe Bryant put himself back into the game. The Lakers scored 28 points the rest of the way. That was at about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. The Lakers scored 28 points the rest of the way, and Bryant had 15 of those with a couple of assists. Kevin Durant 4 of 13, 8 points in the first half, 4 out of 6 from the floor, 8 of 9 at the line, 16 points in the second half. Jeff Green finding Westbrook, finding Collison.
That's nice action right there. That's really nice action. Westbrook cutting, moving without the basketball, gets the attention of the defenders, and what does he do? Drop it off to Nick Collison.
Jeff Green had a dozen points in the first half. He has been held scoreless here in the second. Durant with the foul. That Green's only taken one shot here since halftime. He looked so good early on, too.
Well, he did. Looked like he had a pretty good rhythm going, and made his first couple of shots coming out in the second quarter.
I think that's where the offense, the Thunder kind of took itself away from things that were working well for them.
And Jeff was one of the only guys who was actually scoring in the paint. Got a couple of layups, a couple of dunks.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That made some things happen. So, like you talked about, he had some rhythm going there, and he just kind of got stagnated. The offense did and took Jeff Green right out of it.
KD mugged in the lane. Shannon Brown acquired in trade from the Charlotte Bobcats. Onto the floor, and Walton hits another 3-ball.
Well, Jeff Green giving chase, gave a gallant effort there to contest that shot in the corner by Walton.
Collison, offensive rebounding right down Main Street. Grant grazing iron. Walking away, shaking his head as if to say, it's just one of those nights. Somebody opened the door. It was straight when it left my hand. Wide left.
Dijiste tú que
From the backside, Walton finding Shannon Brown, acquired along with the former lottery draft pick Adam Morrison from Charlotte for Vladimir Radmanovic.
That looked like a play normally designed for Kobe Bryant, but Shannon Brown gets involved in the action.
He says, I can do that too. Rose says, you know what? I think this is my only option right now, and Rose knocks it down. Adam Morrison is going to come into the basketball game for Los Angeles.
I heard you talking to him. He said he likes being in L.A., just wishes he could get a little more playing time.
Yeah,
well, looks like he'll get it tonight.
He came into the NBA with the 3rd pick in the 2006 draft, and Brown committing the offensive foul. Weaver setting his feet to take the charge. But what happened, Morrison, first of all, he was a gunner at Gonzaga. He was just a shooter. His defensive skills left a lot to be desired.
But you know what? When he and Redick were coming out together, it was always a battle about, who's the better player. I always thought Morrison was, because Morrison could get his own shot to me. J.J. Redick had to have some screen sets for him, but Morrison can get his own.
Well, and I've told you before, the guy that I voted for the Wooden Award that year was Brandon Roy, because he had the more complete game. And early on,
and boy, is it bearing out right now.
He was the most NBA-ready guy of this group. But Morrison goes to Charlotte. They're not playing well. He blows out his knee last year, misses the entire season. Then he gets into a situation with the new coach, Larry Brown, who says, you play D for me or you're not going to play. And Brown was not of a mood to teach Adam Morrison some of those skills. And so Morrison found himself rotting on the bench, long deuce for Atkins.
Well, you know what? If he ever gets a chance to play alongside Kobe Bryant, his shooting ability will come into play, because this is a guy that can flat out shoot the basketball, Adam Morrison. And with the double teams that Kobe will see, will leave Adam an open opportunity to get off his shots.
3-second violation on Josh Powell. Tonight's Thunder Player of the Game brought to you by Bud Light. Kevin Durant. KD with 24 points. It was really very much kind of what we talked about. He did not have a very productive first half, only 8 points, but he got himself to the free throw line. And 24 along with 6 rebounds and 4 assists on the night for KD. I think this is probably the right thing to do right now. These guys have done as much learning as they're going to do against the Lakers this year. So you dial it up and you take this group to Toronto where you've got a chance, if you get some rest especially, to go on the road and get yourself a victory against a Raptors team that's also struggling.
And you're sure at this juncture in the game you don't want to risk injury.
Durant overruns the pass. Part of the story here tonight, we've talked about it. The Thunder has given up 24 points off turnovers. Lakers have made them pay from the very beginning.
Way too much for an efficient offensive team such as the Lakers. This is a team that's contending for an NBA championship.
They have made 10 more field goals.
Equipos que se está planteando en serio más o menos a pasar la primera ronda porque ellos
Perdieron.
The Thunder has maintained that high percentage of assists to makes, 24 assists on 32 field goals. In fact, they've got more assists. The Lakers have 23, but they also have 42 shots through the twine. Atkins started 82 games for this team 4 years ago. As long as we're rolling out the highlights, let's take a look at tonight's progressive above the rim play of the game.
Boom! That's the sheer length of Kevin Durant that allows him to get onto the other side of the basket and slam that one through.
You know something, too, partner, that has made a difference for Oklahoma City all season long? The lack of effective play amongst the bigs. I'm talking about the guys who have got a little bit of sand in their caboose. That can hold down the fort and play not only tall but wide. But DJ White, inactive tonight, but DJ was medically cleared to play. Remember, in training camp, he had to have a tumor removed from his jaw and then some reconstructive surgery. So he has been on the mend, and he's been around the facility and practicing and working out to the extent that he could. But he finally got the full go green light. So the Thunder sent him up to Tulsa to play for the 66ers, and he had 3 pretty good games up there. Yeah. And DJ White is a guy who he's lost probably 30 pounds.
Yep.
But he is going to be former Big Ten Player of the Year last year at Indiana University. And he is a guy who is going to come in and he is going to give them a more effective post presence, I can just about guarantee it, than we have seen here this year.
Well, I think he goes right along. He'll fit right in with talking about what Thabo Sefolosha brings to the ball club, an intensity that's contagious. DJ White is the same kind of player in that he brings his hard hat to work every single night. He's going to get on the glass and clean it up there. He played with Eric Gordon, first-round pick for the Los Angeles Clippers. So Eric Gordon got a lot of shot-ups when he was at Indiana, which means that DJ was the guy that was cleaning up all the misses. So he understands the work ethic. He understands that he doesn't have to be the guy per se, but he can still have an impact on the game.
Well, in 3 games with the 66ers, DJ had 2 double-doubles in his 3rd game, 20 points and 8 rebounds. So I know that the guys in the front office, Sam Presti and company, and Scott Brooks and the coaching staff are anxious to have DJ White available to them for the entire season next year. By the way, we were talking about Kobe putting himself into the game last time they were here.
Mm-hmm.
I said to Brooksy this afternoon, I said, what would you do if KD went and put himself in the game? And he said, Kobe really did that? And I said, we had the pictures to prove it. And he said, let's put it this way. He said, that's probably would be a good thing because that would mean that I was going to be here a real long time.
Nice.
Before you'd ever see that.
Nice.
Thunder Live straight ahead here on Fox Sports Oklahoma. Dana Larson, along with Brent Weber, carrying the lion's share of the mail. You'll hear from Scott Brooks in the Thunder dressing room. As I think at this point you say, okay, we did some good things early, got away from it, and it wound up costing us against a team that is going to win the NBA's Western Conference. Shooters roll for Collison, so give Nick 10 points, another double-figure scoring game along with 8 rebounds. But tonight, from very early on, belong to the Lakers. They have led, in fact, from wire to wire, their 13th wire-to-wire victory of the season. And they have, against Oklahoma City, saved their best for last, posting an 18-point victory. They won the first game by 7, the next by 14, and tonight,
when it comes to the game, the thing that was most important to me is winning. I want to win. I want to win by any means necessary. I want to be the best. I want to be the best, simple and plain. And to be the best, you have to win. And that's why I play the game. You know, that's what drives me.
Bryant gets inside. Bryant again, 38 and counting. There he is. Here he comes. Chandler behind him. Puts it in. What a shot from Bryant. He's got 42. Bryant spins, puts it up, puts it in. 59 for Kobe Bryant. One of the greatest individual performances and the highest scoring game ever here at the Garden. 61 points for Kobe Bryant. An electrifying performance here at Madison Square Garden.
And the MVP chants cascading from the rafters.
And an 81-point game. 55 in the second half.
Like on the road, huh? You remember what city you were in right now?
No, this morning when I woke up, I didn't actually. I didn't. That's a horrible feeling because it makes you feel like you're not prepared for the game. But I completely forgot. Completely forgot.
What do you say we play a little basketball here at Staples Center? The Raptors and the Lakers. Raptors been residing in the basement of the Atlantic for most of the year, although they have crawled out of it with the Knicks losing last night.
So take us back to that day, that morning, 3 years ago, when you were the 81-point game. How did you feel that morning?
My body was actually a little sore that morning, actually. But my body was pretty sore. I think we just came off a tough loss. And we were playing Toronto, and the team just wasn't, we just weren't in sync. And, you know, that day happened to be my grandfather's birthday, who had passed away.
Kobe Bryant is he's a matchup nightmare. He really is.
What we gonna do? What we gonna do, man? Let's go get him. What time is it?
He's a problem, man, and I think that, you know, I've said this time and time again that I think he's the best player in the league.
So you get to the arena. The next thing, you know, the game's about to start. Do you have any sense of anything special you're feeling that night?
No, not at all. I knew that, you know, games prior to this one, I've been getting double teamed pretty hard. Started this game, I caught the ball doing baseline, just laid it up.
James made a name for himself a little bit in Milwaukee, then down in Houston. He's one of those guys that Kobe easily knifes through and scores.
And I knew, you know, at that point, the next possession after that, I drove down the middle.
Rebound taken by Kobe Bryant. Here's Kobe. Oh, sweet move. Uses glass and scores.
And I knew that at that point, all I had to do was attack.
Devin George guns it to Mims. Little backdoor. Kobe scores on the slam.
He had, I think, 3 consecutive 30-point games.
Kobe reverse slam to score.
So once I started doing that, then I started getting a rhythm. And then it was just a matter of me putting the ball in the hole.
Double just about every night. Kobe is back in and not a moment too soon. And he immediately hits a 3. Here's Kobe. Kobe trying to answer back for 2.
Still, first half was, I don't know, I mean, it had 20 points at halftime, 16 points at halftime, something like that. We found ourselves down by 16, 17 points, something like that.
Well, he's got 26 at halftime. He might have to get 50 tonight for the Lakers to pull this one out.
The Lakers right now up by 4. Devin George, after inserted in the lineup, you mentioned it. Oh, great pass. Kobe alone, slam dunk. Give the assist to Lamar.
You have to respect a guy like Kobe Bryant because those are one of those guys that you face on that court, it's time to compete. And mentally, you have to be focused at 48 minutes, maybe even focused during halftime with that guy because he's so mentally focused that it brings out the best in you.
Kobe. Oh, Kobe counted foul. He'll go to the line, try to complete a 3-point play.
The second half is when things start getting crazy. You know, you start knocking down 3 straight threes, you start hitting, you know, fadeaways, and 1 fadeaways, stuff like that. And that's when it starts getting really crazy. Then the game really starts slowing up. You feel like all you have to do is catch it.
George now to Kobe. Still 6.5 to play in the third. He pulls up for a 3. Yes! Kobe again.
When he gets it going like that, I think this is a great timeout.
Once you catch it, you feel like the ball's gonna go through the hole.
Kobe Bryant.
My shot felt automatic.
Yo-yo in the dribble and stops at the top of the key. Well, Kobe's got his stroke.
My release felt great. The arc on the ball felt great. My legs felt great.
Kobe again. 3-pointers got 38 points.
And that switch was completely on. And at that point, it was tough. It was tough for them to turn it off after that.
Kobe has been going, and he keeps it going with the backhand layup.
That year, you approached the scoring a little differently from what you do this year. What was your approach that year of scoring?
To keep us competitive. You know, we didn't have the talent that we have right now, and that's being nice.
Here's Kobe. Kobe down the middle, throwing up and in.
You know, we didn't have what we have now, so you know, for us to stay competitive, especially in the Western Conference, try to get into the playoffs, you know, I had to score a lot.
Knocked away by Kobe. Great hustle by Kobe. He's going to score. And dunk, Lakers lead.
Well, that's 51 for number 8.
When you hit 50, that had to be something. Did you acknowledge that you got 50?
No, I think we're still trailing when I had 50. So it was just a matter of us continuing to push and push and push. And I didn't want to lose to the Raptors, who at the time, you know, were a team that, you know, weren't the team that they are today.
The Toronto defense now is just really gung-ho to try to, you know, to stop what was going on.
Kobe with 2, with 1, draws the foul. Oh, he got bailed out there.
And we need to get that win. So at the time we're still trailing. It was just a matter of us just kind of trying to get the game back under control. And I provided a lot of energy, and then the energy kind of started feeding itself, and it kind of took on a life of its own.
Here's Kobe trying to move around Mo Pete, trying to put him up. Finally shoots, calling it in the foul. You talked about him being in one of those zones. Yeah. He's definitely in it right now.
Talk about being in the zone.
When you get in that zone, it's just a supreme confidence that you know it's going in.
Here's Kobe again. Yes, sir.
It's not a matter of if or this, that, it's going in.
Kobe baseline, got it again.
Things just slow down. You know, everything slows down. You just have supreme confidence.
Kobe wants the ball. Kobe calling for the ball. And Kobe trying to answer back for 2.
But when that happens, you really do not try to focus on what's going on, because you can lose it in a second. Everything becomes one noise. It's not, you don't hear this or that. Everything's just one noise. And you're not paying attention to one or the other. You just stand right there.
Kobe, nobody helping right now defensively, so he'll take the 15. Kobe's got 57.
You have to really try to stay in the present, not let anything break that rhythm.
The crowd is on their feet.
Kobe goes straight to the dribble in the lane, laid up and in. Kobe Bryant, he's got 61 points.
And you say, man, you got 60 right now. That's what I knew. I was really, 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 really hot.
Crowd is going nuts. Kobe put it up. Kobe again.
For somebody to get in that kind of a zone, that's very rare, especially for a guard.
Here's a shot, no good, and up the ladder goes Devin George, now to Kobe. Still 6.5 to play in the third. He pulls up for a 3, yes! Kobe again.
I was in my house and somebody called me to, right before the third quarter had ended, and they said, Kobe's having a really good game, you should watch.
Well, 6 minutes in, 1 second left to play here in the fourth. He's got 61 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to see a career high for Kobe Bryant.
What was Phil and your team, how were they reacting at this point in time?
I don't know. Because I was kind of getting in the zone. You just kind of stay there. You don't become oblivious to everything that's going on. You don't think about your surroundings or what's going on with the crowd or the team.
1, he has tied his career high. 103, 94, 62 for number 8.
Yeah, that feeling, it's not much you can do about it.
And knocks down the 3 with regularity. Kobe trying to answer back for 2.
When you get on a roll, your teammates just feed off of that. They just feast off of that, and that excites you even more.
Kobe with it now. Lakers lead 105-96. Another 3.
Well, there goes Wilt.
Remarkable stuff, ladies and gentlemen. 67 points, Kobe Bryant.
I had just played a college game, and I looked at my phone, and somebody texted me, "Are you watching this?" And I said, no. They said, Kobe Bryant has 60, 70 points so far. And I said, are you serious?
And he's always in a zone that's different from every other player, but when he gets into this particular type of a zone, there's really nothing you can do.
I think it was right before the fourth quarter. And I just kind of, smirked a little bit, but kind of stayed where I was, just stayed trying to stay in the moment as much as possible.
67 points, a new career high, and 4 away from Elgin Baylor's Laker record. For 3 again, yes!
Well, there's 70.
And you hit 70. That had to be a new personal record for you. It never scored 70. Did that feel good, getting 70?
Yeah, but like I said, I stayed in the moment. I mean, I felt great. I felt like I was going, and as long as I was in the game, I was going to stay focused on the game.
Everybody wants it to get into Kobe's hand. Kobe guarded by Mo Peterson. Kobe pump fake for 2. Kobe's got the Laker record.
Oh my goodness. 72. And you think, what? Is that right?
I can't remember when it was, to be honest with you. Lamar made a comment to me about scoring 90 or 100 or something like that.
I see it. Here's number 1. Do you believe it?
I don't even know if I believe it.
77. We'll just let you soak it in with the crowd.
Don't think about your surroundings or what's going on with the crowd or the team. You're kind of locked in, and so I don't know.
I mean, this says it all by itself. I mean, there's nothing that needs to be said about this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the 2nd greatest scoring performance in NBA history. 79 points by Kobe Bryant tonight against the Toronto Raptors.
You have to really try to stay in the present, not let anything break that rhythm.
Crowd is going nuts. Kobe all the way. Kobe put it up. Not count, but foul. 2 coming to get to 80 and 81.
You've hit some big free throws before.
Yeah.
You stood on that line with 2 shots. What was that like, taking those last 2 free throws?
Everybody wants to see you make these things. Don't miss them.
This entire crowd on its feet, including my partner, for the night at least. Bryant for
80. At that point, it became, just don't miss the free throws. Put the free throws in the hole. You've been hot this whole game, knocking down threes and all sorts of stuff. You'd be ashamed to mess it all up because you missed the free throw.
Kobe Bryant, 28 for 46 from the field. This would be 18 for 20 from the line and an 81-point game. 55 in the second half. History tonight at Staples Center. MVP.
Then once I came out the game, it was like that. That old moment. You're like.
The crowd is on their feet.
My grandma used to tell me when I was in high school, I used to play in so many games, and steam would be coming off my head after the last game. And, she'd just be like, don't wear yourself out, you're doing too much, and all this other stuff. And then the fast 4 years down the road, for her to come to her first professional game that she sees, it's me scoring 81 and really wearing myself out. But it was great, man. It was great for her to be there and to see that.
Kobe Bryant, the last time I talked to you, you had 62, a career high. You just scored 81 points, the 2nd most points in the history of the NBA, second only to Wilt Chamberlain. It comes in a victory. What can you say?
Damn, I was hot.
It's fun to play here. These are our people. These are our fans. It feels great to put on a great show here at Staples Center and see if we can't get some more W's in the process.
I can talk to you all night. I'll let you go soak this one in. Congratulations, Kobe Bryant.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, there he is, Kobe Bryant, 81 points. I tell you, that was something to watch. I think Billy Mack picked a good night to call a game. I'm going to go inside and get some reactions. Back to you.
Chance of MVP.
Yep. This is what's called living on the road, living out of the trunk. That's what it's called. I don't know if a lot of players unpack their stuff and put them in drawers. They're anal.
Kobe's one of the great talents to ever play this game. I think for him at this stage in his career, having gone through some down times, and for him to now, I think, form a special bond with Phil Jackson, I think has really made him very introspective, and I think he's grown a lot. I think he's searching for what's more out there as a player.
Kobe Bryant's probably one of the top, I would say, 10 players ever to play the game. If you look at his pure talent and his ability, his capability, he may be a top 5 player ever to play the game.
Now being in the NBA and playing these games and scoring points, I mean, I can't see how anybody can ever score 81 points. That was unbelievable.
Will scoring 100 points, does that make what Will did even more incredible, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's hard to say scoring 100 points is made more incredible, but 100 points is a ridiculous feat, to say the least.
The last person to score more than 81 was, obviously Wilt Chamberlain, and that was in a day where, Wilt, a giant among, a bunch of midgets out there. So Kobe, he did something really special for the game that night, and that's something I always remember.
Throughout these years, it feels like I've signed everybody that's been at that game's ticket. It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome feeling. They come up and they kind of share their stories or their memories about being at the game. And as a player, it makes you feel good to have people enjoy what you do for a living.
Thank you so much, man.
You got it, man.
Oh my God. Good luck against Memphis.
You have to respect greatness. Kobe is one of the players that is just great at every aspect of the game. He has what we say, he can master the game, and you have to respect it. And you have to really be on your P's and Q's when you're going up against him, because if you slip, you're gonna fall.
What motivates me now is winning another championship. Seeing if we can respond to the challenge of getting back to the top of that mountain again. And that's what's really driving me right now.
Could the night be one of those nights?
I don't think so. We'll see though.
It's Kobe. Bryant falling away, puts it up, puts it in. What a tough shot from Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, superstar-like shot. Bryant spinning off, great play. How do you stop that?
Kobe denies. He'll take care of it. What a slam by Kobe.
Oh, that guy's unbelievable. Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant again.
Pierce on Bryant.
Yes!
Another three from Kobe Bryant.
Kobe curling down the paint, off scoop layup, good.
The youngest in history to reach 23,000.
Down the lane, up to his right hand, scoops it down, and he is fouled.
Mr. MVP doing his thing, showing you why he deserves that honor once again.